Welcome to the development update of Spectral Audio Play. Spectral Audio Play is a modular audiovisual ecosystem for Unity, a living environment where sound becomes visible through motion, structure, and expression. Spectral Audio Play invites you not to just visualize audio, but to interact with it, explore it, and feel it. In this video I want to show you the progress I've made on the editor and give you a sense of the workflow inside SAP. I massively underestimated the amount of effort required to create an editor that feels manageable, intuitive, and enjoyable to work with. Back in August I showed you the inspector-based editor, which was already my 5th version. But it had several major problems. First of all, it depended on selecting the game object, as it is an inspector editor. And secondly, its vertical layout made it almost impossible to organize or navigate. So over the past couple of months, I focused almost entirely on building a new editor window version. One that stands on its own, flows naturally, and captures the experience SAP is meant to offer. The visual you're seeing here is what I call the atom sphere. It pulses according to the selected source module, showing you its energy, and acting as a living indicator of your selection. When you select a module, its properties appear in the region below. You can show or hide visualizers using these icons. And under settings you can adjust the height of each visualizer to match your workflow and screen space. SAP is built around 4 core modules chained together: source, spectrum, gate, and signal. When you select a module, like gate, you may want to adjust a setting from its parent modules. So SAP always lets you expand the entire chain. The settings are organized from top to bottom in the exact order they execute. So when you select the module signal, you can view and tweak the whole signal path at once. I've colored the editor based on the elements each module represents. Source is water or air, spectrum is fire, so red, gate is earth, so green, and signal is the 5th element, so orange. But maybe these colors aren't your style. Maybe you prefer a grayscale or something softer with less contrast. So SAP includes a full skin editor, so you can customize the look however you like. For example, I can change the visualizer colors. Or load an existing skin. Let's choose the skin Gray Matters. Now the entire editor shifts into grayscale. I haven't created a polished alternative skin yet, but with the skin editor you can make your own and share it with the community, for example on Discord, and I can include your skins in future versions. Instilled deep within SAP is its own number sequence, a set of 11 values that begin and end with 1, a mystical pattern with musical, philosophical, and personal meaning. You'll also notice that some sliders use unusual min-max values. For example, contrast ranges from 0.12 to 2.1, and smooth goes from 0.12 to 99.42. These aren't arbitrary, they're anchored in the SAP sequence. This is the sequence and the story behind it. Once there was a 1, and then there were 2, and then there were 4, and then there were 12. And the 12 looked at themselves in the mirror. And on the other side there were 21. And the 21 had so much fun and became 42. And the 42 already knew and went through the mirror. And on the other side there were 24. And the 24 looked for more, and then there were 12. And then there were 4. And then there were 2. And then there was 1. The first numbers 1 and 2 come from my date of birth, the 1st of February. 4 represents the 4 seasons and 12 are the 12 months of the year, but it's also the combination of 1 and 2. 21 is its mirror, the last digit placed in front of the first. Mirroring is important in audio. Think of the left and right channels, or how waveforms reflect themselves. 42, according to the Hitchhiker's Guide, is the answer to everything. And after that peak, the sequence begins to decay. 24 is the mirror of 42 and the numbers of hours in a day. Then it returns back down through 12, 4, 2 and finally back to 1. The sequence is almost symmetrical, with a small dissonance between 21 and 24, and that asymmetry gives it character. What I've done with this sequence is to plot it as an oscillator curve. The first half becomes the positive values and the second half becomes the negatives. This allows the sequence to act as a waveform, so you can actually use it to generate sound through the signal module. Here you can see the resulting curve, and when you listen to it, it has this dampened amplitude and a kind of wobbling phase, a sound shaped directly by the sequence. This brings me to the last thing I want to share, and it's something I'm really excited about. Normally, the source module takes PCM audio from a Unity audio source, a system audio stream or a microphone. But I've always wondered, what happens if I feed it entirely different data? What if, instead of audio, the source receives an equation? In that case, the equation itself becomes the amplitude and phase information. I wasn't sure if it would work, but to my surprise, it already mostly does. Right now, I've hard-coded a simple test equation, a sine wave multiplied by the SAP sequence. It's just a starting point, but when I hit play, the results are honestly fascinating. And this turns out to be a fantastic way to experiment with how each module affects the final output, because you're no longer visualizing recorded sound, but you're visualizing pure procedural mathematics. You now see and hear the results of a pure sine wave. It's a little slow, so let's increase the speed of the sine wave. To fracture this a bit more, we can increase the frequency of the sine wave. Now we can break up the pattern by adjusting the frequency of the SAP sequence. By increasing the speed of the SAP sequence, we can make the pattern progress. We can also adjust the Spectral module settings, like increasing the power. The sounds you hear are between 120 and 840 Hz, but we can change the range to output different frequencies. Changing the settings on gate will customize the results even further, by changing the contrast or apply smoothing. Using low contrast and high smooth results in waves like an ocean. Finally, on signal we can change the generated sounds. Using all of these options together creates a dynamic system for generating procedural sounds, visuals and animation. To wrap things up, SAP is still very much in development, but it's finally at a point where the core ideas are coming together. The audio system, the editor, the visualizers, and now even the equation-based sources are starting to feel like one coherent ecosystem. Up until now, I've been the only user of Spectral Audio Play, and no matter how much I test, new bugs will surface once others start using it. So your feedback as a user is essential to help make the tool stable, reliable, and solid. I estimate that I need around 2 to 3 months of focused work before I can release the first stable build. This includes finishing the Patreon login system, as SAP will be released through Patreon. Access to SAP will be tier-based, inspired by its internal number sequence. 12 Hz, 21 Hz and 42 Hz. All tiers unlock the full ecosystem. The difference is resolution, not features. Higher tiers give you higher spectrum resolution, allowing for more detailed control and expression. If you'd like to follow the development more closely or support the project directly, you can find me on Patreon. Early supported tiers are already available at a discounted price and include access to a bi-weekly development update. Thanks for watching and feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions or feedback.